Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. What an intense 24 hours we've just experienced. It's been a period of remarkable energetic volatility due to last night's G4 Geomagnetic Storm. This storm came right on the heels of a G3 storm and followed multiple days of unsettled conditions. So, for the past week, we've been immersed in enhanced energies brought on by these geomagnetic storms from the sun's impact on our planet. And as if that wasn't enough, we are now capping it all off tonight with a supermoon and a partial lunar eclipse. In this video, I'll break down what happened during yesterday's G4 storm, explore the different parameters that were at play, and also discuss the archetypal energies being stirred up by this powerful supermoon and lunar eclipse combination. So, let's dive into it. Our G4 Geomagnetic Storm was quite a wild ride. It hit with a fast and intense solar storm impact, sending the KP index, which measures geomagnetic activity, soaring to a value of 7.66, essentially an 8-, that put us squarely in G4 storm territory. Afterward, the storm settled into G3 and G2 levels. And now, as of the most recent readings, we're at about a KP index of 4. That means we're still experiencing unsettled geomagnetic conditions, but we're no longer in an active storm. Just to give you some context, a G1 storm starts at a KP index of 5, so we nearly hit that G5 mark, but we fell just short. That said, it was still an incredibly strong storm. Now, on top of the geomagnetic storm, we also had a solar proton radiation storm, which caused elevated proton flux. This proton storm even hit the S1 range during the G4 storm, which gave us a 1-2 punch of intense solar energy. So, in short, we've had a lot of solar mass and energy entering Earth's energetic system, which has been causing a significant reorganization of energy. And this all happened just ahead of the supermoon and lunar eclipse, which makes it even more interesting. If we zoom out a bit to look at the sun's activity during this period, going back to September 15th, we actually haven't seen much new solar activity. The main culprit for this G4 geomagnetic storm was sunspot 3825. If we look at the X-ray flux readings, we see that they didn't even reach the M-class range, which indicates that the sun itself has been fairly quiet. We did see a small spike here and there, but overall the sun's activity has been low-grade and relatively calm. There are even fewer sunspots now, dropping below 100, but that could change again soon. Nevertheless, this period of energy volatility is winding down just as we prepare for tonight's supermoon and partial lunar eclipse. Let's now take a look at the past 10 days of geomagnetic activity to get a sense of just how intense this period has been. Using the HP60 index, which measures geomagnetic field volatility, we can see the level of changes in Earth's magnetic field strength during this time. Before September 12th, we were in fairly quiet conditions. But then, we had solar storms hit around September 12th, and the HP60 index shot up past 7, nearly reaching 8. That was a G3 storm, which had a double pulse effect. Following that, we experienced a long stretch of unsettled conditions, enhanced but not quite storm level. The Earth's magnetic field was in a state of fluctuation with pulsations and variations, as shown by the HP60 index. Then, we experienced a coronal hole high-speed stream impact, which raised the index to about 4. But the real event was yesterday's solar storm impact. The HP60 index peaked at 8,333 UTC on September 17th. Since then, the index has been dropping, now sitting at around 3 or 4. So, what we had was a G4 storm, followed by a long-duration G3 period, which has led to prolonged energy enhancements on our planet. Even though the geomagnetic storm has subsided, its effects are still being felt. There is often a lag time with these things. The energy that comes from the sun needs time to work its way deeply into Earth's energetic system. This is a multi-step process. First, the solar wind impacts Earth's magnetosphere, compressing the magnetic field. Then, reconnection events occur in the magnetosphere, especially in the magnetotail, which causes energy to flow into the plasmasphere and down into the polar cusps. This creates auroras, but it also causes ion precipitation into the ionosphere, enhancing its charge and conductivity. These changes strengthen Earth's electric field potentials and electric currents, which circulate around the planet. The stronger the geomagnetic storm, the more equatorial these currents become. This strengthens the global electric circuit, which then interacts with Earth's lithosphere, further enhancing telluric currents. All of this takes time to process and integrate. So, while we may have passed the peak of the geomagnetic storm, the energy from it is still circulating through Earth's system and will continue to do so over the coming days. Now, as if this week of heightened energy wasn't enough, tonight we have a supermoon and a partial lunar eclipse. The moon will be closer to Earth than usual, reflecting more light and energy. This, on top of the solar storm's recovery phase, makes tonight's lunar event particularly potent. If you've been feeling these energies intensely, you're not alone. These times can be challenging, but also offer powerful opportunities for spiritual growth and alignment. Speaking of grounding during times of high energy, I want to share something that has personally helped me. It's a tea blend called Spirituality. It contains blue lotus flower, mugwort, passion flower, and chamomile. This blend is perfect for helping you de-stress, stay calm, and activate your parasympathetic nervous system. It's particularly great for sleep and also has the added benefit of enhancing dreams and even activating psychic gifts if you're sensitive to those energies. I found that drinking this tea during periods of energy volatility like this can help you stay grounded while also connecting more deeply to the fluctuating energies of the sun, Earth, and cosmos. Many people who have tried it swear by it, and I personally drink it before bed. It never disappoints. Now let's talk about what we have coming up with tonight's Pisces full moon, which is a supermoon and also a partial lunar eclipse. We'll look at the astrological chart to get a detailed understanding of the archetypal energies at play. But first, let's zoom out and take a broad look at the basic themes of this event. I had a kind of realization last night when I went outside to look for the aurora and saw the moon. Right next to it was Saturn, standing brightly in the sky. This beautiful moment reminded me of the moon's role in this whole energetic cycle. The moon represents cycles of fortune, both good and bad. Its influence is all about the ebb and flow of fortune, and where your consciousness is aligned will determine how you experience that. The universe often steers us towards what we need to grow spiritually, whether that means aligning us with abundance or nudging us back on course in ways that might not always be comfortable. Let's continue from where we left off, diving deeper into the themes surrounding the supermoon, partial lunar eclipse, and the energetic and archetypal influences tied to this period. The moon, as a celestial body, plays an integral role in influencing our lives, not just physically through the tides and the cycles of nature, but also emotionally and spiritually. The moon governs the inner world, our subconscious, our emotions, and the cycles of life. Its phases mirror the cycles we experience within ourselves: growth, transformation, and renewal. When we experience a supermoon, as we are tonight, the moon's proximity to Earth is closer than usual, amplifying its energy and influence over us. The emotional and energetic pull becomes stronger, and this is especially true during an eclipse, which can feel like a portal for transformation. Tonight's lunar eclipse, happening in Pisces, heightens this energy even more. Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac, carries the energies of culmination, spiritual connection, and dissolution of boundaries. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, intuition, and spirituality. This eclipse invites us to dive deep into the unconscious, to explore the realms of dreams, emotions, and the unseen. It encourages us to release the old, outdated patterns that are no longer serving us, and to make space for new insights and ways of being. Eclipses are powerful catalysts for change. They represent moments in time when the veil between worlds becomes thinner, allowing us to see more clearly what lies beneath the surface. During an eclipse, the moon, sun, and earth align in a way that disrupts the normal flow of light and energy, creating a shadow that obscures the usual cycle. This shadow is symbolic of the shadows within ourselves, our unconscious patterns, fears, and unresolved emotions. Eclipses force us to confront these shadows, to bring them into the light, and to integrate them into our consciousness. In the case of a lunar eclipse, the focus is on our emotional body and our inner world. It's an opportunity to release what no longer serves us emotionally, to shed the old skin, and to embrace a new way of feeling and being. With the moon in Pisces, this eclipse asks us to let go of illusions, delusions, and anything that keeps us disconnected from our true spiritual essence. Pisces, being a water sign, connects deeply with the emotions, intuition, and the collective unconscious. It's a sign that speaks to the oneness of all things, reminding us that we are all connected and that separation is an illusion. As the eclipse takes place, the archetypal energies that are being stirred up are profound. Pisces energy calls for surrender and trust in the flow of life. It's about letting go of control and allowing the universe to guide us toward where we need to be. This can be challenging, especially for those of us who like to plan and control outcomes. But in these moments, we are reminded that there is a greater plan at work, and sometimes the best thing we can do is to surrender to the flow and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Additionally, this particular lunar eclipse is happening while Saturn is in close proximity to the moon. Saturn, the planet of structure, responsibility, and karma, brings a grounded and serious energy to the mix. While Pisces asks us to surrender and flow, Saturn asks us to take responsibility for our actions and to put in the necessary work to create a stable foundation for the future. This combination of energies can feel like a push-pull between letting go and holding on, between dreaming and doing, between surrendering and building. The key is to find balance between these two forces. We must learn to surrender and trust the flow, but also take practical steps to ensure that we are creating the stability and structure we need to support our dreams and visions. The energies of this eclipse are asking us to examine where we may be clinging to illusions, where we may be avoiding responsibility, and where we need to step up and take ownership of our lives. It's a time to release anything that is holding us back from stepping into our true power and potential. This may require facing some uncomfortable truths, but ultimately, it's an opportunity for growth and transformation. Over the next few days and weeks, you may find that themes of emotional release, spiritual insight, and transformation continue to surface. It's important to stay grounded during this time and to allow yourself the space to process whatever emotions or insights come up. The energies of the eclipse will continue to unfold over the coming weeks, and it's important to give yourself the time and space to integrate these shifts. One of the best ways to work with these energies is through practices that help you connect to your inner world and your intuition. Meditation, journaling, and spending time in nature can all be helpful in grounding and integrating the energies of the eclipse. It's also a great time to set intentions for what you want to release and what you want to call into your life. The energy of Pisces is incredibly supportive for manifesting spiritual insights, intuitive guidance, and deeper emotional healing. It's also worth noting that this lunar eclipse marks the beginning of a new eclipse cycle that will continue until 2027. Eclipses often come in cycles, bringing about themes and lessons that unfold over a longer period of time. This means that the energies and themes that are being activated during this eclipse may continue to evolve and unfold over the next few years. It's a time of deep transformation, both individually and collectively, and it's important to pay attention to the shifts that are occurring in your life during this time. From a collective perspective, this eclipse also speaks to the larger shifts and changes that are happening on a global scale. We are in a time of great transformation, and the energies of this eclipse are amplifying that. There is a collective awakening happening, as more and more people are beginning to question the old systems and structures that no longer serve us. The Pisces energy invites us to tap into our collective consciousness, to dream a new world into being, and to imagine new possibilities for the future. At the same time, Saturn's influence reminds us that this transformation requires discipline, responsibility, and hard work. It's not enough to simply dream and wish for change. We must also take concrete action to create the world we want to live in. This is a time to balance our dreams with practical action, to ground our visions in reality, and to take responsibility on a personal level. You may feel called to examine where you need to take more responsibility in your own life. Are there areas where you've been avoiding responsibility, or where you've been clinging to illusions? Are there dreams or goals that you've been putting off, waiting for the right time to take action? This eclipse is a reminder that the time is now. It's time to step up, take ownership of your life, and make the necessary changes to align with your highest path. As you move through this period of transformation, remember to be gentle with yourself. Change can be uncomfortable, and it's normal to feel a range of emotions as you navigate these shifts. The energy of Pisces can sometimes feel overwhelming as it taps into the vastness of the collective unconscious. It's important to practice self-care during this time and to allow yourself the space to rest and recharge as needed. One way to stay grounded during this time is by working with crystals or stones that resonate with the energy of Pisces. Amethyst, moonstone, and selenite are all great stones to work with during this eclipse, as they help to enhance intuition, connect with higher realms, and promote emotional healing. You can meditate with these stones, carry them with you, or place them on your altar to help anchor the energies of the eclipse. Another powerful way to work with the energies of the eclipse is through ritual. Since this is a time of release and transformation, you may want to create a ritual that helps you let go of what no longer serves you. This could be as simple as writing down what you want to release on a piece of paper and then burning it, symbolizing the release of those energies. You can also set intentions for what you want to call into your life, whether that's more clarity, abundance, or emotional healing. Whatever practice or ritual you choose, the most important thing is to tune into your intuition and listen to what your inner guidance is telling you. This eclipse is a powerful time for connecting with your inner wisdom and for receiving guidance from your higher self, your guides, or the universe. Pay attention to any dreams, synchronicities, or intuitive nudges that come your way during this time, as they may hold important messages for your path forward. In summary, we've just passed through a period of intense energetic volatility, with geomagnetic storms, solar radiation storms, and now a supermoon and partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. This period has been marked by heightened energies, both from the sun and from the cosmos, which are working together to create a powerful portal for transformation. The eclipse in Pisces is stirring up deep emotions and spiritual insights, inviting us to release old patterns and step into a new phase of growth and alignment. As we move through this time, it's important to stay grounded, to take responsibility for our actions, and to trust the flow of life. While the energies may feel intense, they are also offering us an incredible opportunity to connect with our inner world, to deepen our spiritual practice, and to align with our true path. By working with these energies consciously, we can create lasting change in our lives and in the world around us. So take a deep breath, allow yourself to flow with the energy, and know that this period of transformation is paving the way for something beautiful and new. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I hope this video has provided some insight and guidance as we navigate these powerful times. Be sure to subscribe for more